Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video today. I'm finna react to my favorite WWE TV matches ever. This is why wrestling gifts. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
For the past 30 plus years, the wrestling world has revolved around pay-per-views, where the weekly free shows build up the matches and then all the big matches actually go down when you have to pay. But I think one of the funnest and most electric things that any wrestling company can do is when they give away a banger or a big time match on free TV. See, back in the day when pay-per-view was a little harder to come by, a lot harder to come by, for a lot of us, the weekly shows were all we had. And there was nothing better than watching Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown and knowing you were getting a big time match. Now yeah, most of the time the matches did end in DQs and countouts, and yeah, when The Undertaker had a match, he wouldn't come out to wrestle till like 15 minutes before the show was over, and then he would spend 5 minutes making a slow ass entrance, and then we would get a commercial. But still, those were moments that you remember when you stayed up to watch The Undertaker wrestle on SmackDown, where you were tuned in and excited because you were getting a world title match or a stipulation or whatever. It meant something. So with Saturday night's main event making its return in a few weeks and with Raw moving to Netflix, I decided to go back and reminisce about my favorite WWE TV matches of all time. And the first match that I remember watching as a kid that really had me going crazy was actually the first ever street fight I ever watched, and that was Matt Hardy vs. Edge from the summer of 2005 on Monday Night Raw. Alright, yo, this is a very core memory for me, and it's special because of two things. First, when I found out that the week before that they were gonna have a street fight next week, I went an entire week thinking in my head that Edge and Matt Hardy were gonna legit fight in the street. I'm like, oh, it's a street fight. They're gonna fight in the street. I thought one of these idiots was gonna get ran over by a car on the highway or something. But nah, this was very special for me because at this point, all the wrestling I had watched on TV was just normal ass matches, right? And in my head, I was like, oh, all the violent matches like the ones I play in the video games or the ones I see on DVD, they only happen on pay-per-view. But then I tuned into this match and all I saw was CT everywhere and weapons and just mayhem, and these guys were tweaking. And the match, even though the match was really short, I loved this match and I would watch it over and over again because of the ending. When Matt Hardy did this and became a suicide bomber to end the match and blew themselves up, I thought this was like the greatest match I had ever seen in my life. I had never seen anything like this before. I didn't think I was ever going to see anything like this again, and it was just the coolest thing ever. And most importantly, this moment right here, to little like 7-year-old me, this just confirmed to me that wrestling was real because there was no way you could have faked this. I had this match taped and I watched it over and over and over again. Listen, in my heart, this was a classic. But moving on, the next match kind of follows the same idea as the first one, and this was actually the first ever TLC match I ever watched live. Ric Flair vs. Edge in a TLC match for the WWE title from a January 06 episode of Monday Night Raw. Listen, everyone loves TLC matches, right? Everyone watched them growing up over and over again. Everyone played them religiously on the video games. And I swear to you, I never ever thought I was ever gonna see a TLC match on Raw. I didn't know they had one in '02. I didn't think it was possible. I thought it was probably illegal. And I definitely didn't think that when I did get one, it was going to involve a 56-year-old Ric Flair. Yo, this was awesome. Not only did 56-year-old Ric Flair tweak, not only was it a TLC match on Raw, but I had never prayed for the downfall of a man more than I did while watching this match in my life. Because not only did this match take place 1 week after Edge cashed in on Cena and traumatized me, this match took place 1 week after Edge did this on Raw and traumatized my grandma. So when I was watching this, I was watching this with my grandma. And yo, we were both cheering for Ric Flair's old ass. Man, when I was watching this, I was praying that somehow can Ric Flair please come clutch for me. This 56-year-old maniac, can he please come clutch for me? And all you see is weapons and just ladders, tables, chairs, blood everywhere. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would get a TLC match for free on Raw. And never in my wildest dreams did I ever think Ric Flair would be involved. Yo, what a time it was though. And don't worry, Charlotte, I was crying after the match was over too. Yo, we were eating good in '06. When it came to matches on Raw and SmackDown, we had Angle vs. Taker run it back a few days before Mania, and then Ray and Orton had a match for the world title days after Mania. And how can I ever forget Cena vs. Edge in a cage match live on Raw for the world title, where DX helped Cena retain in the match that actually ended his feud with Edge in '06. We need more feuds ended on TV. Not everything has to end on a pay-per-view. But yeah, in terms of favorites, I have to include Undertaker vs. Batista in a cage match for the world title from May 2007 on SmackDown. Man, I wanted Batista to win this match so damn bad, and this match felt like such a big deal. Everyone at school was talking about it, everyone was excited. It was a WrestleMania rematch, out in the cage, title on the line. As they used to say, the world was watching, and I actually watched this match with my mom, and this was so good, so intense that even she got into it. I was cheering for Batista, and just to troll me, she ended up cheering for Taker, and when it ended in a draw, Raw, I was jumping around the living room like, no, no, Batista touched the ground first, Batista won, it's rigged. And she was just there laughing at me. Great match, and of course, it's iconic for what happened after as well. But we're not here to talk about negativity like that. But of course, when it comes to 07, there's no way I cannot at least mention the classic that was seen on HBK live in the UK, not live, taped in the UK, where they went almost an hour, just casually running back the WrestleMania 23 main event on a weekly show, and arguably having a better match. 2008 was an amazing year for TV matches, and speaking of cage matches, Jeff Hardy vs. Umaga on Raw, January 2008, anyone? But the one that sticks out to me the most in 08 is no doubt Jeff Hardy versus The Undertaker. So back in 2002, these two had a classic ladder match on Raw for the WWE title, and I wish I was just a little bit older to have watched that live. But hey, I watched that match 100 times on YouTube growing up. But luckily for me, I will never forget being seated for Jeff Hardy vs. SmackDown in an Extreme Rules match back in 2008 on SmackDown. It is a shame that these two never had a pay-per-view match or a title feud. Imagine if Jeff stayed and in 2010 these two went at it for the world title. Oh my god. Well, this match right here was so special. Jeff Hardy in 08 against Taker, weapons, kendo sticks, ladders, and Taker's using kendo sticks and ladders as well. So much chaos, and it was just on a random episode of SmackDown. You just had to have been there. Seeing Taker get clapped by these weapons by Jeff Hardy, it was a sight to see. And the best part was, this was when Jim Ross was doing commentary for SmackDown, so he is just giving it his all for this match. To this day, the fact that they ran this match on TV for free in 08, it blows my mind. And it wasn't just like 8 minutes or 9 minutes. They let it run for a solid 15 minutes. It blows my mind. I don't even know what the modern day equivalent would be for this. And yeah, the match did end with a Big Show run-in. Of course it did. But Jeff Hardy actually won, and that itself adds so much to the match. Yo, when I look back at all this, we were so spoiled. When I came back from my wrestling hangover around the road to WrestleMania 2010, one match that I was not expecting to see on SmackDown was Shawn Michaels versus Rey Mysterio. First of all, Shawn on SmackDown makes me feel very uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I wish he had spent a year on SmackDown during his second run. But yeah, this was such a fun match. Second time ever, and thankfully this time they weren't doing it because one of their boys had just died. And I remember sitting there watching this match on TV, and even in the moment just being like, I can't believe this is happening. Great match that of course had a run and ending. I mean, we are on free television after all. But these two in the ring, even with Shawn months away from retirement, it was so smooth, so good, and it was only right we got the mid-air sweet chin music. This one might surprise a lot of people, but when I think of my favorite TV matches and just TV matches in general that really had me invested, I absolutely loved The Miz versus John Morrison from the first Raw of 2011, Falls Count Anywhere, for the WWE title. This was a match that I remember watching, and I was all in on Morrison winning the title. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I genuinely believe during this match, I believe that Morrison was somehow gonna finesse the win, and these two tore the house down. John Morrison in a Falls Count Anywhere match is really overpowered. I know he lost, but trust me, his moveset was on another level, and it was just a treat to watch. I believed in John Morrison in 2011. This match took place all over the arena, and Jomo was just pulling out everything, jumping off the logo and shit, fighting in the crowd, everything. He was taking on both Alex Riley and The Miz. It didn't matter. They should have put the belt on him. Honestly, they should have put the belt on him. This was so good, and I vividly remember at one point during this match, they were in the ring, right, and they went to break, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna go to break, the match, we're gonna slow it down now, it's gonna be whatever. But when they come back from break, they were just casually by the stage throwing around guardrails. Really great match, underrated for sure. As we know, as the years went on, we got a lot of good matches on Raw from 2012 to 2015. We were even spoiled more.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't even lie. This was a banger. I can't even hold you, bro. As much as I don't like CM Punk, I can't deny this was a banger, bro.
To 2015, we were even spoiled more so, if anything. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and John Cena were just in their bag. As Raw went to 3 hours, there was more of an emphasis on in-ring matches, but I do feel like post 2014 we definitely started lacking in terms of big time matches. We got great ones for sure, but I think 2013 was kind of the end of us getting like real big time matches. But of course, that Cena US title open challenge, hey, it was goated. A really forgotten match in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, I don't know, maybe this is not forgotten, but a match that was so fun to watch on TV was actually back in 2017, and it was Bray Wyatt versus Cena versus AJ Styles in a triple threat match for the title. This took place just a few days after Bray had just won, and these three went out there. They just had a totally insane match. So many finishers, so many kickouts, just full throttle, and it ends with Bray pinning Cena clean. And this was a 17-minute long match. Pay-per-view quality triple threat, no doubt, from 3 big-time wrestlers. Like I said, there are a few things that are more electric than getting bangers like this on free TV. Having Monday Night Raw end with a banger, having SmackDown on Friday night have a big time match, a world title match, even if we rarely got title changes or dream matches ended in disqualification, it was still special. One thing that I do wish that I kind of touched on earlier, I wish I was just a little bit older, because back from like 1998 till 2004, they would have some insane title matches on Raw. And world title changes on TV are always special. I remember when Kurt Angle won the SmackDown Battle Royal. I was watching that live and he became world champion, and even though he was a Raw superstar, so I was kind of confused why he was there, and even though he was technically a heel, when he let that scream out and went in there and won, yo, I was screaming just as well. It made me really happy this year seeing Cody and Solo have that steel cage match for the title this year, and also the times the world title was defended on Raw this year. It makes me happy seeing that. Like, we need more big time matches on weekly shows. We need more world title matches on shows. We need Roman wrestling on Raw or SmackDown. We need CM Punk wrestling on a TV weekly show every now and then. I'm not saying every week, but sometimes you gotta do it. The energy on television is just different. But yeah, those are just some of my favorite TV matches. There have been so many, and I know I missed a bunch of them, but I also didn't want to repeat the same ones that everyone would repeat. But I really hope that now with Netflix getting Raw and Saturday Night's Main Event coming back, please give us TV bangers, give us big time matches, give us world title matches. And so far, hey, they are giving us Cody versus Kevin Owens, but we need more. In the comments down below though, let me know, what are your favorite TV matches from your lifetime? What is a match you remember watching live and you were just glued to the screen, or you're just amped, or the matches that got the biggest reactions out of you? Let me know down below. Can't wait to read the comments. It's your boy Pav. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little chill video. I'll be back with more long form content very soon, but yo.
Oh man, one that was left off of here for sure, gotta be one that was left off here for sure, gotta be Shawn Michaels versus Shelton Benjamin. That one right there was a banger, bruh. Cause Shelton Benjamin was really carrying that match, but when Shawn Michaels hit that tail 3 champions out of nowhere, oh my god, he said boom out of nowhere. Damn, bro, because Shelton Benjamin was whooping ass, but damn, dog, damn. But anyways, though, that just go about do it for this one, man. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, peace out.